Rita.
I've got a question about the black female vote. Everything you said is true. Trump is winning so many more minority voters than other Republicans have over the years. Majority of Latino men, a majority of Asian Americans, a majority of Native Americans, American Indians. But when it comes to black women, he only got 7% of their vote, very different to the black male vote. What is behind that? What is the leading reason in your mind behind that vote not just fracturing in any way?
Well, again, speaking of Candace Owens, she exposed the fact that Kamala Harris is not actual black woman. I think that a lot of these black women, unfortunately, are victims of identity politics. And it was kind of a situation where it's like, oh, well, this is a black woman. I want to vote for a black woman, but she's not actually a black woman. I did a podcast, actually, the night of the election coming in, and it was at a website that has like a large black following. And there were black women who we were asking, as the returns are coming in, who'd you vote for? And a lot of black women saying, yeah, I voted for Kamala. I mean, I really didn't see anything policy-wise, but I just kind of wanted to see a black woman. And unfortunately, there is a lot of that. I mean, for me, it's kind of embarrassing because I feel like as a black person, we should be way past that. It's a little elementary, a little pedestrian to vote for somebody just for the quote-unquote color of their skin, especially when they're not that color. But what I will say is this, yes, it will be a longer road to hoe for black women. But the black women that do represent for Trump, such as like my best friend Naomi, my friend, Shamika Michelle, they do represent hard. So it's coming, unfortunately. But I just think that for her, she really was going hard on the black female stuff, going hard on the black female fraternities and all that stuff. And they really were trying to push and gaslight that whole thing. But thankfully, she lost. And black women, black men did this for you guys. We love you and we support you. But this was not it, black women. I'm sorry. Wasn't it?
So Benji, speaking about black women, I've just got a phone call here. I think it's your girlfriend. I think she's upset that you forgot to pick up the groceries. Hang on, here she is.
I'm sorry. No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
She seems upset.
Sorry, Benji. She seems a bit upset. I think maybe the wrong person won the election. A lefty losing it.
When I see these videos, I just think about the sick gaslighting games that Democrats play, with their voters. I mean, look, if I, for example, I have a lady at my job because I have like a regular job outside of all this lovely, fabulous stuff you see me on TV. And, she was an older white woman, she's maybe about 50 or so years old, a little older than me. And she found out by accident I voted for Trump. And she literally stopped talking to me, like stopped altogether, like this, because they're teaching their people that, oh, if Trump is president, the life is over and you're going to be enslaved and all this emotional stuff. And it's a horrible gaslighting game that they play. They take their emotions, they make them into crazy people. I'm seeing all these videos on TikTok and it's just really sad because had Kamala won, I mean, we were already talking about, okay, well, Kamala wins, we'll just get her in the Senate. It'll be a Republican Senate. Life goes on. I still love my country. I'm still happy with myself. I still am, a good person. I still don't feel like I've failed everyone in my life. But these people having these emotional breakdowns is really sad. And it just goes to show you how evil the Democrats are because they don't care about these people. They use them and they discard them and throw them away after the election. Like it's hard.
So Benji, I remember back in the Obama years, I think it was Morgan Freeman famously said in an interview when he was interviewed by a white guy, something about race. And Morgan Freeman's response was, well, can we just stop talking about race? And then it's no longer an issue. Do you think under Donald Trump, who's never played the identity card, never touted the racial, so-called racial credentials of a Vivek or anyone else, do you think we might finally get past it under this second Donald Trump thing and everyone can just be themselves and be judged by their character, to quote a famous man?
But one of the things I think that could bring us all together is, a lot of Donald Trump's policies, which black people are for. So I would tell black people this: if you're a black Democrat, I mean, most black people, we want the mass deportation of illegals. We want the end of birthright citizenship. That whole thing, it hinges upon us. So black folks, black folks in America, the Democrats are going to use our struggle to cover for illegals again. And it's time for us to stand up and say no. Even if you didn't vote for Trump, black person, we have to back Trump up on this. So what I want you to do, if you are a black Democrat at home, is to send your your Democrat congressman, whether it be Maxine Waters or whomever it may be, your resistance congressman, and say, hey, Democrat congressman, I am one of your Democrat voters. I'm for Trump's mass deportation of illegals. And if I catch your ass at the border crying for illegals, I'll be voting for your Republican replacement in 2026. Like, that's really what it has to be. Let's get down to the issue. Let's get down to things. There are things that now that Trump is president that black folks like. For example, bringing jobs back. If you are in Michigan, you want those auto jobs back. In Michigan, you currently have a Democrat congressperson. Hey, Democrat congressperson, I understand you don't like Trump, but you don't have time for the resistance. The resistance is for, rich, old, white pussy hat ladies. We actually have to get things done. So you need to work with Trump to get things done. And I think that's how we solve it.
Benji Irby, thanks so much. We'll let you go. Love the hat. We'll speak to you again soon. Next.